So Vivo's flagship phone for 2024 is finally here with me. This is the all-new Vivo X100 Pro, and I think it's the best camera phone for portraits right now, and it even puts my iPhone 15 Pro Max to shame. It's that ridiculous. So let's quickly start this video and check out what we get inside the box of the Vivo X100 Pro. So we get the phone itself in this bright orange color option. Then we get a good quality transparent case, a 120 watt PD charger, and a Type-C to Type-C cable. Alright, so before I talk about how good the camera of the Vivo X100 Pro is, everything else here is also flagship grade. And this thing costs less than 2/3 of what Apple or Samsung charge you for their flagship phones. And despite its cheaper asking price, what I really have to appreciate about Vivo is that every year they are constantly improving their technology, and finally this year I believe they have the arsenal to match the iPhone and Samsung. Just look at this design, for instance. Vivo has given their own bold identity, and this year you get a more refined design with slight curves on the back as well as the front. I particularly like this signature camera housing here that has a stainless steel ring around the cameras. It also has a centered layout this time, which looks more elegant compared to last year's Vivo X90 Pro. The vegan leather back with this subtle texture feels fantastic to hold, and it provides a solid grip too. And despite featuring a bigger than normal 5400 mAh battery, its weight distribution is also on point. Likewise, as with most flagship phones, you do get an official IP68 dust and water resistance here. So overall, an A+ design and build. Alright, up front, Vivo has improved its display too. You're looking at the same 6.78 inches 120Hz AMOLED screen as before, but this time they have finally included an LTPO panel and up to 3000 nits of brightness. So everything here is super bright and super smooth with great color accuracy. Playing HDR10 Plus content is also no issue, and with excellent haptics, overall you will have a great experience typing with this phone as well. Pair that with a good set of stereo speakers, watching movies and TV shows is just awesome here. For performance, it is MediaTek's flagship Dimensity 9300 chipset, and it competes very well with the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3, which we all know will be powering most Android flagships next year. Dimensity 9300 scores over 1.9 million on AnTuTu. It does not throttle that much, and I haven't faced any thermal issues in my short 2 days of usage. So this chipset looks as good as the Snapdragon 8 Gen 3 or Apple's A17 Pro. And by the way, it has a base 256 GB UFS 4.0 storage and 12 GB of LPDDR5 DRAM. Anyway, I also briefly played a few games here, and sadly PUBG only goes up to smooth plus extreme settings, but the overall gameplay in this settings is really smooth. Just look at this stability graph. Plus, it also remains cool at around 35 degrees Celsius. Even Genshin Impact runs smoothly at 60 FPS in the highest of settings, and its temperature never reaches over 36 degrees, which is fantastic. Okay, finally, let's talk about the camera, and this is where the Vivo X100 Pro truly shines, and it has actually left a very good first impression on me. Hardware-wise, we have a main 50 megapixel Sony IMX9891 sensor, a 50 megapixel ultra-wide-angle lens, and a new 50 megapixel 4.3x optical zoom telephoto lens, all of which are optimized by Zeiss, and a new V3 imaging chip. In my brief time of usage, I found all these three cameras to take stunning photos with consistent color science, but I was amazed to see how awesome its 100mm telephoto lens is. I am a big fan of the iPhone 15 Pro Max's 5x portraits, but the Vivo X100 Pro is on a whole new level. Just look at these portraits I shot while I was on a photo walk. It is simply the king of portraits. You might even believe it when I say that these photos are actually taken by a high-end DSLR or mirrorless cameras. Although I had to step away like 1 meter to shoot these, the result I'm getting here is remarkable. Everything is superb here, like facial color, subject rendition, detail, sharpness, everything. Vivo says this telephoto lens has Zeiss APO's chromatic aberration control capabilities that make up for clear quality and more vivid colors. And it does show with these samples. Even during low light, the portraits come out nice and detailed. So yeah, I am switching my SIM card from the iPhone 15 Pro Max to the Vivo X100 Pro for a few days and will be coming up with my full review pretty soon. My initial impressions of this device is quite positive and I am genuinely super pleased to see the significant improvements that Vivo has made this year. I guess this could finally be the year for Vivo to announce itself in the flagship segment. Honestly, flagship phones have pretty much been dominated by Apple and Samsung, and I believe Vivo could be that third player. Apart from its awesome cameras, it has a wonderful display, class-leading performance, a very stylish-looking design, a Phone Touch OS that's improving year on year, and a big battery that charges pretty quickly too. All of these at just 2/3 of what the iPhone 15 Pro Max and the Galaxy S23 Ultra cost, so that does look very impressive. So there you have it, guys. This was my initial impressions of the all-new Vivo X100 Pro. I will be coming up with a detailed review of this phone pretty soon, comparing its cameras with other flagship phones. So stay tuned for that. If you like this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And while you're there, don't forget to subscribe. Till then, I'm Pratima and thank you so much for watching.